We've created 4 living, breathing Victorian worlds.
It's their pee.
And challenged 6 famous faces to survive 24 hours in each of them. Trapped in the past for 4 days with no 21st century luxuries.
It's just wood.
There is no escape, only hard work. This series takes us back to a time when 3/4 of us lived hand to mouth.
You're worrying about the fact that you won't get as much lunch as you would do otherwise.
Please don't say that, that's really rude.
Working for exacting bosses.
Ow! This is a family business and I own it. When it's muck, it's brass.
Doing the jobs our ancestors were born to do.
I'm searching through horse manure for dog muck.
Gut-wrenching work.
It just smells terrible.
And back-breaking hours. They need to earn enough money for food.
We only work when we get paid.
And a roof over their heads.
Tuppence each, please.
Living 24 hours in the past. Who will conquer the 19th century and discover their inner Victorian?
You can't keep me here forever.
Our time travellers have survived their first 24 hours in Victorian Britain. By the end of their next workplace, they will have spent 2 full days living in the past.
Don't look, don't look.
Previously, our workers were thrown onto the scrap heap of an urban dust yard.
This is literally just hell. It just smells terrible.
And Miquita and Zoe sorted rotten rubbish to earn their pennies.
It's starting to feel a bit degrading.
For Alistair, the reality of Victorian life hit home.
It's just dirt and hard work.
Tyger's light fingers cost him dear.
I've got a gold ring, but don't tell the boss man. I'm the Artful Dodger, mate.
You're not the Artful Dodger because you got caught, son.
Former world champion hurdler Colin Jackson discovered his inner Victorian and rose to the top of the pile. After a scrub and a change into some suitable uniforms, they're heading into the countryside to get a taste of life in service in the early 1840s.
Well, I'm actually really happy to be somewhere like this where there's, like, green around rather than that horrible dust yard.
Oh, this is fantastic. I'm just so happy to be here. Outside, I will do anything. I probably shouldn't say that, but I'll do anything.
I can see a roof of a massive house.
Oh, my God, yeah.
What do you tall guys see? I can't see anything from where I... Oh, I can now.
That is the most extraordinary house I've ever seen.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Are any of you now thinking domestic service?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Anyone thinking Downton, little bit upstairs, downstairs?
Yep.
Well, strike that. You're going down the road that way.
That is so cool.
That's so mean.
I don't know why we thought we were about to have some luxurious experience. It was all far too extraordinary.
It's a shame because we were imagining there'd be servants' quarters and then we'd be in a nice bed. So now I suppose we're going to be down the road, which is probably the farm that serves the house.
Ooh!
Oh, hello. There's a clue.
Well, there's horses, Anne.
Yeah, there certainly are.
Definitely horses.
It says the New Inn at the front. Is it a pub as well?
That'd be great.
Stop.
It looks like there's a set of barn doors which strikes the fear of God into me because I'm not that keen on horses, if I'm totally honest.
So here it is. It is the 19th century equivalent of a motorway service station. It's the coaching inn. You've got demanding customers. You've got a relentless timetable. You've got horses.
Oh dear.
You've got more horses.
Oh dear.
And then you've got a horse as well.
Oh dear.
Yay!
Before you go in, I'd like to give you these diaries written by people whose lives you are about to experience.
Thank you, Fee.
Oh, good luck, good luck, good luck. The coaching inn is one of thousands dotted along the country's highways, servicing Britain's transport network. By the 1830s, there were 150,000 horses pulling coaches. A journey from London to Edinburgh took 2 days, changing horses up to 27 times. Oh, wow. Competition is fierce. The reputation of the inn is everything. And that depends on hospitality, efficiency, and most importantly, speed. Trot on. Waiting for our workers inside are real-life pub landlords Ian and Ellie Betchley and Victorian expert Ruth Goodman.
We are Mr. and Mrs. Bexley. We are the innkeepers of this fine establishment, and you are here to serve our guests and tend the horses.
You are in service, and the standard of service that a Victorian customer required was very high indeed.
I understand you should choose your job. On the board there, you'll see a list of jobs.
After impressing the boss at the dust yard, Colin has the pick of the jobs today.
I don't think a potman looks very nice.
You really don't want the ostlers. You'll get up close and personal with horses if you're an ostler.
But I do want to work with a team, so I'm going to have to go for an assistant ostler, I think. I chose the job because I knew as an assistant there was going to be somebody who was far more qualified than I was to help us through this task.
You will be the second assistant ostler. You will be the potman.
I shouldn't have said what I said, should I?
Young lady, you will be the maid of all works, and you two older ones will work in the kitchen.
You like being an older one, don't you?
We have a coach arriving in 1 hour, so let's not mess about, let's get on with it, let's go. In real life, my wife and I own 2 pubs, so we know what we're doing, we know what the customers want, we know what we want from our staff, and they've got to get it right.
Coaches ran to a strict timetable. Inns could have as many as 20 passing through each day. Before the railways, these routes helped drive Britain's industrial boom. Late running could throw the whole coach network into chaos. Giddy up. Impressionist Alistair McGowan and Colin as ostlers are linchpins, so will be trained by expert horseman Dan Laprousse.
We have 2 rules here. First rule, every horse that comes in here leaves in better condition. Number 2 rule, everything leaves bang on the dot. So don't let me down, gentlemen.
I've been working with horses for 20 years now. I know the dangers and I know how difficult it can be. I'm just going to have to hope my 2 new ostlers are going to be able to step up to the mark.
They'll need to get to grips with over 100 pieces of leather.
You listening? Throat lash. Goes on here. Noseband. Goes around the nose. Bit in the mouth. Curb chain under their chin.
This is an awful lot of info.
We have a bit.
For a cockhander like me.
Just so you fully understand it, this goes on the horse's head.
I wish they weren't real horses. I wish they were just pantomime horses. Maybe they will, maybe they're pantomime horses.
No, they're real.
TV presenter Miquita Oliver is given the chores of maid of all work.
This is the parlour. This is where dinner will be served tonight.
Okay.
We expect you to serve the guests drinks, bring in their food, and only speak when you're spoken to. Do you understand?
Yes, especially.
She must also attend to the needs of the overnight guests, from cleaning their room to doing their laundry.
We need you to light the fire. It's very important that this room is warm and hot for our guests. Right, I'm leaving you to get on with it.
I really need to use the hairbrush. This is so bad. Okay, sorry, I haven't seen a hairbrush in a long time. All right, now back to being really good at this job. Okay, so this needs to be replenished and I need to start a fire. Okay.
Kitchen maids, actress Zoe Lucker and former MP Anne Widdecombe will be under the cook G, preparing the meal for tonight's guests. Rabbit à la reine, roast pheasant and fried trout.
We've got 3 main jobs today. One is to pluck and draw the pheasants, one is to skin rabbits, and one is to do the trout.
There's no way that I am skinning a rabbit.
I'm not skinning rabbits and I'm not gutting pheasants. I'm a former vice president of the RSPCA and I regard that as profoundly revolting.
This is just meat, as you would get
So, I'm sorry, I may eat pork, but I wouldn't work in an abattoir and do the killing.
But it sort of renders you a bit useless in the kitchen.
Right, well, we're useless in the kitchen.
They'd be fired without question, they'd be out the door. It's a tough life, they just need to get on with it. The whole thing is now put back the menu. Luckily, we've got trout as a sideline, and then we're going for a really nice vegetable soup.
You've got to be kidding me. It's like skinning my dog. That's what serial killers do.
I can teach one of you how to gut and scale trout. Then we're going to be peeling a lot of spuds and a lot of turnips.
OK, no problem.
And we're going to have very angry customers because they normally expect meat soup.
So So this is the tap room. In here, what we need you to do is I need you to clear all the tankards, you light the fire. Very important, it's kept very hot in here.
At the bottom of the pile is actor Tyger Drew-Honey, the pot boy, the innkeeper's dog's body.
Do we have any pots and pans to wash up?
Sure.
OK, I need that done. Clear there, light the fire, and I'll see you soon.
Actually, compared to the fact that I was working in a dust yard yesterday, this is like my dream job.
I have no idea how to start a fire. Like, not even an inkling. This would be a tinderbox, but I don't know how this and a rock would make a flame. Oh, God. I have to start fires in guests' rooms.
Oh,
so
right.
you could, we could do that together.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Tyger, I'll help you with this, and then you can.
Let's do some.
Yeah, then we'll do fire together.
Miquita, have you lit that fire?
I'm helping Tyger.
No.
Because
Put
Tyger's
it doesn't matter. Put those down. You need to light this fire.
Once this fire is lit, my life will be so much better.
Right, gutting. You want to make an incision here, you can just feel it under its gills. Press in. Yeah. Go down to past that end fin to the back here.
Okay? No, you're not, are you? You don't have to do it.
Oh, crikey. Just have to, like, zone out.
This is so frustrating. I don't know what to do. Please.
The coach is expected in 10 minutes and it's on time, but the inn is a long way from being ready.
Tyger! Doesn't seem very done to me.
That's not...
Oh my God, it's been going out. Do you want me to get that hand for you?
If you could.
There you are.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tyger.
Slightly anxious. Horses are coming.
Do we know anything about the people coming to stay with us?
They're rich people. You have to serve them well.
The coach come in. Where are the ostlers, please?
Should I curtsy when they take
yes,
each of their
yes,
glasses?
we should always...
Could you show me?
Just a gentle bob. That is sufficient.
Here we go. Open, 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 open. Open all the way. Come on, let's go, run, run, run.
Take your hat off, boy, take your hat off.
The coach is scheduled to depart in 2 hours. 2 passengers will reboard, 4 will stay overnight and catch a connecting coach in the morning.
There is a shirt and a petticoat. I'd like to be laundered, starched and ready for my leaving tomorrow.
Excellent.
Thank
so
you
heard
very
that,
much.
Miquita? Get her onto it.
These stagecoaches were under enormous pressure. This was the fastest way to travel on land anywhere in the world. And they got that speed, at least in part, from the fact that these changeovers were done so slickly.
Over the next 2 hours, the ostlers need to brush, feed and rest the horses,
Undo the reins, take the reins off.
clean and inspect the tack and prep the coach for departure.
The horse is doing very well, but me, I'm hopeless.
There's quite a few technical things to do. The boys are willing, just not the sharpest.
Our rope's in the way.
We'll whip them into shape, don't worry about that.
While the guests stretch their legs after the journey, the rush is on to get the rooms ready and dinner cooked.
Hot fire coming through.
Miquita should be doing the laundry,
Hot fire coming through.
but she's been trying to light a fire for nearly an hour.
That actually fell quite beautifully on the wood. I imagine it's very satisfying when it goes well. Oh my God. The wood is... It's happening! The wood has a flame on it. Oh, it's so satisfying. It feels so good. I did this.
Gentlemen, how are we doing on time? You know this has to go out again. Let's get it cleaned up, spick and span.
Horses were the engines of the road. In the 2 days it took to get from London to Edinburgh, the mail coach used over 100 steeds.
Tonight's going to be another of those nights where we go to bed with something all over our clothes.
Along with washing up and unloading the coach, it's Tyger's job to serve the working class customers in the tap room.
Anything else I can get you, gentlemen?
Any food?
The food will be ready at 7:30.
Tyger!
Yes! Feeling under a lot of pressure to get things done. In modern life, I'd probably have a cigarette and watch Family Guy.
You all right there, Tyger?
Yeah, I'm all right. I've been rushing around a bit. 6.
Miquita, how are you doing?
I've just only started now. I'm so sorry.
The guests need their clothes washed and dried by the morning.
Make sure you get all the dirt off.
OK. God, washing machines are great.
The coach will be leaving in 1 hour, plenty of time for the wealthy guests to enjoy their dinner. The workers in the tap room will get a cold plate of cheese and ham.
What is that?
It's a piece of ham.
It's not, it's half a pig. Can you slice these down a bit, please?
Right, OK.
Try not to massacre any more of that.
No.
And make that a little bit better, please.
They're real skinflints, yeah. God forbid their customer should get a mouthful.
By now, Miquita should be in the parlour helping to serve supper.
Innkeeper!
I need one of you to stay in the kitchen and help me serve the plates, and one of you needs to be running back and forth from here to the dining room.
I'll run.
You'll run?
I'll run, because I'm more adept at running than I am at doing this posh stuff. Can I get anybody a drink?
I will try a wine.
Thank you, sir.
A Victorian servant would have been far more deferential. They'd have stood quietly in the corner.
Sir, would you care for a drink?
Excuse me, this is not actually sherry, this is brandy.
I think that says an awful lot about how our social attitudes have changed.
Excuse me, there appears to be something in my wine.
Oh, how unpleasant, madam. I'm very sorry about that.
The tap room is filling up with hungry farm workers.
Tyger, where's Tyger? There's nothing for the guests to eat.
But Potman Tyger is too busy to serve them.
Where's the landlord? Anybody going to serve us in this tavern?
Can we have one of the ostlers, please?
I'm here.
One of the ostlers, you. Can you come with me?
Yeah? How many plates do you need?
8.
8 cold plates.
Please. Yeah, that's enough, that's enough, that's enough. Excuse us, gentlemen. It's on its way, the cutlery as well, with 2 more plates.
There's just 30 minutes before the coach leaves, but guests in the parlour haven't been fed.
Would you want the coach at 8 o'clock? Yes, we're going to go.
It's touch. Gone 25 to 8.
Right, you go with those.
Thank you. This is what? We haven't been informed of what we're supposed to be eating.
This is some delicious turnip soup.
Oh, it's lukewarm dishwater. I can't eat that, I'm sorry.
OK, Tyger, where's Tyger?
I'm here.
Tyger must collect payment from the guests.
We need to take a shilling for the beer and a plate of food as well. I still got my horses to do, and I still got my yard to do.
But he has no idea who's had what.
Thank you. Hi there, gentlemen.
I've paid already.
Okay, and you
I've paid the lady. You paid already. The ladies. We've got to that one.
Tyger! I have some money here for my drinks, and I have no money for my food.
Yeah,
Well, I think you'll find if we go back in and count, there's not enough shillings here.
Yeah.
There's 2, there's 4, there's 6, 8, 10, 12. I'm 4 shillings short, so someone hasn't paid, or someone still has the money.
We paid the boy.
Sir, this is not my fault. It's people lying.
Who do you believe? Who do you believe?
Did I definitely
gentleman on the table.
Any shortfall in payment will be taken from the pot boy.
I'm many, many shillings out of pocket.
Okay, so what I can do is offer you a gold ring that I found on the dust yard.
OK, so I'll be taking that away from you.
I recognise that ring.
Is that your ring, sir?
Is that the one you lost? That could be the one I lost.
Ah, that's it. Oh, that's the one. Because you showed it me.
That was in my closet.
That's right, yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
So where did you get it?
You did.
Did you steal it?
You did?
I did not steal it. I found that in the dust yard.
He's just a thief.
Get these men a drink on the house. And it will be coming out of your wages. You will not be having dinner this evening.
Okay, guys, we leave the room.
I feel like I want to cry because I feel like it's just not fair, and this must have been a terrible feeling when you're in this job and everything is blamed on you and you've done nothing. It's just really annoying because I can't say anything. And it feels so real.
We need this service to be quick. Our guests will be complaining more than they are already.
So,
I'm doing this one quite tight. Should it be quite tight? Snug. Go on, fella. There you go.
With the laundry done, maid of all work Miquita still has the rooms to prepare.
Take these out, put the hats on maybe on top of the stand over there. Did you get the water? What are they drinking out of?
I should
the
get them...
chamber pots, girl?
No, I'll get them 2 cups now. Never ends. You've always got to be one step ahead of the person you're serving. It's just difficult. It's difficult. You're just so powerless as a poor Victorian woman. And I'm not used to being completely powerless in my life.
Innkeeper, I've inspected this ring in the lights, and I don't think it is mine.
It's not yours?
It's not mine, no.
Right, okay, so you were telling me the truth.
I'm very sorry, boy.
That's perfectly all right, sir.
Okay, so if you get on with what you were doing?
Yeah, and quickly, can I get anyone any drinks or anything?
Oh, you're fine, thank you.
All right! 10 minutes, the coach is leaving.
Let's get the boxes on top of this carriage.
Okay.
Right, gentlemen, your coach is leaving shortly, so if you'd like to settle up.
Oh, let's look around. What we're missing?
Tiger!
Yes?
We should be washing up.
No speed. Thank you very much.
Come on, guys, hurry up, I'm late.
Come on, boys, they're coming up now. Let's speed this up a little bit, yeah? Can't work it out, this buckle hole.
It's not good enough.
Put that on the back. Let's go, let's go. Come on.
Ready to board?
Yep.
Last call for the coach.
The fastest Victorian ostlers could turn a coach round in 2 minutes. Under our new ostlers, this coach leaves 10 minutes late.
Close the doors.
Good night, and we will see you in the morning.
I don't really know if I've ever felt more tired and hungry than I do feel right now.
look at how the Victorian working class live. You work just to live, just to eat, to keep warm if you're lucky. You just work for those necessities. There are no mulberry handbags in this world.
There's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I'm missing.
Yeah, Tyger.
Oi! Get in here!
Take a seat. Okay, listen up, everyone. 10 minutes late, the customer wasn't happy, I'm not happy. You need to buck your ideas up and get this right. This is my reputation we're talking about, so you need to do better.
Let's start with outside first. The ostler tells me it's been really slow. You know, the turnaround time is slow. Miquita, you have worked and worked and worked and worked, and when there was a problem, you just kept at it. Tyger, you've been run ragged, haven't you? And when you've been told to do something, you've done it. Mm-hmm. The kitchen, well, the soup was a total disaster. It was very obvious that things were not going well. So let's step it up. From now on, it gets harder. You're on your own. There are guests in the inn. You will be left in charge.
Who, us? Or Zoe?
What does that mean?
All of you. All of you.
All of you.
Get a
Leave
good
a
night's
sleep,
sleep.
and we'll see you in the morning.
This is their first meal in 6 hours.
Are we allowed a drink?
What do you want, gin?
We want booze.
A job at the inn includes a bed and the leftovers from supper.
I can't wait to see how much weight I'm going to lose.
No, but I don't think we are.
Well, if we... Well, I guess we're doing a lot of physical
I'm sure I will.
work.
I literally... guys, I can't stay out much longer. I literally need to go to bed.
Either. Let's go to bed, shall we?
The boys are sleeping in the storeroom.
We actually have a chamber pot in this room.
Yeah.
So we've gone up in the wild. Look, we might put them on the ledge and they could be urinals then.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Who's brave enough to use them?
This is us.
We are in the laundry room.
Well, that might be slightly warmer than elsewhere.
That's just wood.
No, where's your thing gone?
Yeah. Oh, we lie on top of that?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I thought that went on top of us.
We thought it was a duvet.
Yeah, I did. Oh, that's even better.
This is the diary of a serving girl. She's called Lucy Luck. My money was 6p weekly, but my mistress spent it for me in getting me a few more clothes. The master was one of the worst who walked God's earth, always fighting with his wife, and he did all he could time after time to try and ruin me, a poor orphan only 15 years old. I've just worked in this inn for a mere day. I felt broken and I haven't gone through half what someone half my age has gone through. It's truly upsetting.
Domestic handbooks and 19th century toiletries have been left for the servants in their rooms.
It is recommended to use soap for the teeth. Soap for the teeth. At first, the operation seems very disagreeable. I don't think you need to write that. But one soon gets used to it, and it is followed with happy results. Oh, my God. The happy result has yet to follow. It's like licking the soap tray of a washing machine.
I think Zoe was magnificent. She didn't want to gut that fish. And she was deeply distressed about it, but she did it heroically. And that image is going to stay with me. I think long after I leave the Victorian age and I go back to the 21st century, I shall think of one exceptionally brave kitchen maid getting over a fear which I fully shared.
Tyger's diary is by a worker his own age.
The life of a potman. He is always coming, and he never sits down from morning till long past midnight. It is not wonderful, and if the morning he yawns over the knives and forks, he drops several involuntary tears while replenishing the mustard pot. This is literally a description, perfect description of what I've been doing. This guy was so worked and so unhappy that he cried every day. I've almost cried. Almost, and I really had to try not to. Oh, mate, if you could have lived in the 21st century. Bloody love it, mate.
This bed is going to haunt my dreams. Floating on a wooden box.
Ah, isn't this nice? They're all relaxed and ready to hit the hay, but the penny hasn't quite dropped yet. This is 24-hour service, and the inn servants are never off the clock.
Oh, God.
It's just after midnight, an hour after our workers went to bed.
Go on, put your pants on!
Victorians tried to avoid travel by night, but there were always a few exceptions who were on the road around the clock.
Wake up! Come on! We got 2 officers outside. They come for a drink. I'd put some clothes on before you go out there and see them. Come on, boys, these horses are hot. They need walking.
It's down to our workers to get the soldiers back in the saddle in 20 minutes.
Colin, mate, we've got work to do.
Put some boots on. Let's get ready to go. Evening, gentlemen.
2 minutes away.
Colin! Can you come and help us, please? Saddles off.
Sleeping properly, like a baby. It was a bit of a surprise to be woken up. I've even got my trousers on the wrong way round.
Pack as much store as you can under there, yeah? 20 minutes, they'll be gone. So let's keep these horses moving.
We're exhausted, we didn't sleep last night, and we've been asked to do this stuff. Don't really think it's on.
Service, please!
Bring us what food you have.
Food.
A glass of ale. Hurry it up, boy.
Sorry, sir.
Put one piece of bread on each. It would literally like, Pop, get up! And I was like, oh, we've got to look after them. We didn't even know they'd be such handsome military men. Look at you, look like a total little hot wench.
I like loads of wench babies.
Okay. It's really heavy, this.
I have no particular interest in handsome military men, so I think I'll leave them to get on with it.
You just walk in the biggest circle you can, just round and round, because they've come in quite hot, and it's a little bit chilly tonight.
I think we just don't think this is fair. You know, we haven't slept for 2 nights, and I just don't think we should be doing that. I'm sorry.
Thank you, ladies.
Anything else, sir?
Have someone clean our coats.
OK, we've got 5 minutes, guys. Let's get them ready to go. Is this bread fresh?
The bread is fresh. It's from today, sir.
I wouldn't mind it if I hadn't worked a 17-hour day today.
Let's get everything ready.
Jackets!
Come on, people, let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's make things happen. Everyone's some talking and smiling. It's a bit too polite. Right, onward. Let's go.
It was like a weird dream, but it was really exciting.
I mean, I literally can't even sort of string a sentence together. I just pray that I get a chance to get a little bit of sleep now before it inevitably happens again.
It's not been the most restful night for our servants at the inn, and the mornings are busy. They'll get little sympathy from the innkeeper. He's got another coach due. Overnight guests are departing, and there's still food to be prepared for the rest of the day. Their apprenticeship is over. Today, they have to know exactly what they're doing.
Tyger!
Come on, lazy heads. Time to
You
get
actually
up.
have to use the chamber pot, which is at first.
I dread what this cloth smells like.
Try very hard not to think about the modern world at all. The minute you start to think about that, I think you're in trouble.
This feels like a real luxury.
Why are we getting such a nice breakfast?
This is all part of our payment, I suppose.
With rent and food.
All right, Tick-Ticks.
Yeah, I'm just finding it really hard to eat.
Are you going to be sick, Tyger?
Careful,
Do you
T,
want to
don't
go
eat
to the
it.
bathroom, darling? Can you just open that door for me, please?
Every piece of food I put in my mouth, my body just wants to reject it. But I know that I've got to eat because you're working so hard and we have so little food, you have to take every little bit that you can get.
Hello, Tyger.
Okay, good morning all. Busy day today. We've got a coach arriving at 10 o'clock. We've got breakfast for the guests at 10, and obviously we've got a coach leaving.
I've got jobs for Anne and Zoe. You coming with me? We're going out to milk the cow. And Miquita, I need you to go into the guest bedroom and you've got to light a fire in there.
Hi then, let's have a tidy up first thing in the morning. Let's make this thick as pan.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
The trainee ostlers, Alistair and Colin, are still hazy on the finer points of their job.
So is there always an order in which you should do those things with the bridle?
When we take them out, that's traces, pole straps, reins.
And what was the order? Traces, reins.
Traces, pole straps.
Pole straps.
Reins.
Reins. T-P-R.
Is it Mom? Have you risen? Excuse me, ma'am. Morning. Morning. Are you feeling okay?
Actually, Miquita's doing really well. She really knows her place, and that was a very important job skill for a servant.
Just trying to get it happening as quickly as possible.
The 2 chamber pots over there need to be emptied.
I'm sorry, sir. It's their pee. From their night wee.
You know, it struck me last night. I thought, how did they ever breed, right? Because you think about it, when is there any time
that's
to
the key.
start canoodling?
The time. Where's the time?
But again, I suppose it was a young man's game, wasn't it? Courting and everything else.
Yeah, at our age, we'd be well over it, mate.
Yeah. The likes of Tyger would have been going off for a quick romp in the hay somewhere.
Exactly. With the milkmaid.
Come along. Tick, 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 Daisy.
Without the convenience of a fridge, fresh breakfast means going straight to the source.
Do I do one at just try one at a time and then see if you can get the technique.
Aha.
Ah, yeah. Success.
And you've...
No, absolutely not. You've got the knack so well. This is a job I've never been tempted by, ever. It's too intimate, I think.
I feel like I'm in the men's toilets at the urinal.
And you ask me why I don't want to do it with a comment like that.
Tyger, I need you in the kitchen. The girls are still milking. We need to get the chops on, ready for breakfast.
Okay.
I need you and Miquita.
For breakfast, pork chops are on the menu, fried kidneys, ham and cheese.
Now, Amelia is going to help you butcher this pig.
I've never butchered a pig. And I'm not sure I want to.
You want to find the joint there, make an incision, and then you put your knife in and work your way through the bone. So.
Oh, Jesus.
So, if I set Tyger to do this, will you prepare the kidneys for me, Miquita?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd rather do that. Can't believe I'm saying I'd rather prepare the kidneys.
So, in the centre of each kidney is a vein, and we need to cut that out.
Okay.
Wow! Yeah, go for it. Right, now we need to pull the pig around and use its own weight to break through the spine. Yeah, push. There we are. Put that to one side for another meal.
That was a bit intense, actually. Oh, God. It's the noises that really upset me.
Butchery may horrify Miquita, but the potman is expected to turn his hand to absolutely anything.
Tyger's really stepping up and doing all the work with a really good attitude. That attitude is vital to the good running of an inn.
I'm kind of becoming like programmed, I think, to be this little, what I would call actually a slave boy. That's what my job kind of feels like.
The 10 a.m. coach is less than 15 minutes away. Before the overnight guests can board, breakfast still needs to be cooked, and Anne is called upon to help the ladies dress.
All the way through, so if we start, you keep pulling, Anne. That's it, as I pull. And the second petticoat, please, Anne.
Ladies wear 2 petticoats.
Anne, please don't talk unless you're spoken to. We're in the presence of a lady. You have to.
Can't learn anything. Right, careful. You comfortable, madam?
I'm very comfortable, thank you.
Don't know how. Right.
Remember, only speak when you're spoken to.
I asked if you was comfortable.
No, do you have to? Remember. In the presence of a lady. Anne, compose yourself. Compose yourself. Goodness sake. I do apologise, madam.
I think I would have made a hopeless maid of all works. It's not how you dress a lady. It's really not how you dress a lady.
looking good.
There's two things we need to see today. We need to see the slickness and speed that the coaching inns were famous for, and we need to see that dedication to service.
So we're going to see the sort of more slick change around, do you think, this morning that
We hope so.
that these inns were so famous for? Yeah.
We've got the image of the Formula One in our heads now.
That's exactly what we need to have.
OK, gentlemen. Eyes forward.
Coach is here, girls. Coach is here.
Anne, bring the drinks.
Whoa. What's the process? Talk to me.
OK, you're the horses.
I got him.
Good morning, good sir.
Inside choice first. Inside choice first.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mind your ears, fella. They frighten me. They frighten me. They're big, they're strong. Take your time.
Morning, sir. Are you expecting a guest?
The ostlers have just 20 minutes if the coach is to hit the scheduled departure time.
We forgot to twist it, didn't we?
He didn't complain, which is the most important thing.
That. He didn't voice a complaint,
No.
did he?
So there's this shirt that I laundered yesterday. It looks filthy, but you don't understand how dirty it was.
You put that in the case and then come back and iron the shirt.
I'm really, really, really sorry.
Yeah.
Boys, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
But I'll give you a tip.
Yeah.
Take the brake off.
The carriage has a brake.
That big thing stopping the wheel going round, that's the brake.
Never done such a good impression of Laurel and Hardy in my life. Right.
Oh. No, this one is like the first time.
There we go, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Do you want me to clear your plate for you, sir?
Thank you.
Is everything OK?
Everything is excellent.
Good, thank you very much. Look, they like the breakfast.
What's going on? 3 minutes before this coach goes, there's no horses on the coach.
Come on, gentlemen, let's try and speed this up. I know we've got to be nice and safe, but let's speed it up.
This attaches under here.
Yeah, a little bit faster.
Excuse me, gents. We've got a schedule to keep. Come on, we need to be going. We need to be going.
Which side's mine going?
Straight in there.
OK. OK, now we do
Pole
the
straps.
pole straps.
You know what hole they're on, gentlemen? Here we go, come on. All
Driver.
aboard.
All set, driver.
Very sorry about the delay. Have a safe onward journey.
Walk on.
The workers have pulled out all the stops and improved their turnaround time. Despite this, the coach has still left 4 minutes late.
OK, listen up, everybody. If you'd like to join me in the yard.
Several times this morning I've got quite excited as things seem to have come together. And then, oh, they've dissipated again. The service, the food is much improved.
And you have to know your place. Only speak when you're spoken to.
Ostlers, you've got to hold the pace. You're just letting it slack away. I would like to see more of the good stuff from all of you.
It is difficult to keep going outside, standing in line and being told how you messed up.
We're just not sharp enough, not slick enough as a whole group, as a whole operation.
I think we're working phenomenally well as a team. We're looking after each other, we're helping each other.
Thank you.
At least we've caused no harm.
This is such a weird time warp, isn't it? I actually felt like making a run for it last night. Get to a local phone box, call the police. We're being kidnapped. We're stuck in the 19th century.
They finally break for dinner. Another coach is due. It's the one with the fastest turnaround, the one that makes the innkeepers the most money, the one that must leave on time at all cost. It's the mail coach. The Royal Mail demanded 100% reliability and every inn vied for the contracts. The coaches were the most regular and the fastest on the roads, and you got a solid income if you gave a speedy service. This is the last chance saloon for our celebrities. They had better get their spurs on.
This is a big one. In 1 hour's time, the coach is coming. This is the mail coach. This is where we make our money. This is make or break. This is where I could lose my contracts and ultimately you lose your jobs. This is really important. It comes in and leaves on time, and this inn needs to be ready for it.
This mail coach is sped along by 4 horses, twice as many as they've handled before. It will only stop at the inn for half an hour. All our servants will be under pressure, especially the ostlers.
We need to get quicker, faster, sharper. You're going to practice, you're going to get it right.
There's a right and a wrong way of removing and refitting a horse's tack. Dan has drafted in 2 stable lads to help.
OK, gents, let's concentrate on the job from the top.
First thing we do is to take the big straps off the back, which are called pole straps.
You've gone wrong from the start. Who's holding the front?
Colin goes to the front. Colin holds the horses.
How'd you take his bridle off? You just pulled off his head, did you?
Throat strap.
Noseband and curb. And take the rein off. Come on, Colin, you're behind already. I thought you meant to be quick off the mark.
We tie them up. Then we do independent pole straps.
There's no pole straps. You've took the pole straps off.
When? Right at the beginning.
But what are the...
Those are the poles.
So what are the traces then?
So if you take that out of the bowl...
Dinner for passengers off the mail coach will be soup made from the heart and liver of the butchered pig.
And put it on the board. And then you slice inwards from the thin edge towards this side.
It's like your worst nightmare, isn't it? It's just like offal stew. That's what it is.
Innkeepers were well known for trying to make a quick buck, and a fast turnaround presents an opportunity.
When the passengers arrive, take their orders for food. Prepay, take their money there and then. Kitchen service, slow. Serve the soup as hot as possible, 5 minutes before departure. The reason for this, they have to leave on 30 minutes, so what they don't eat, they've paid for, we can resell it to the next coach that comes in later on.
Well, that was a lecture in morality, wasn't it? I do understand when very poor people go to perhaps slightly dishonest shifts to survive. This isn't the case here. This is just getting the maximum amount that they can from the customers by persuading them to leave things so that it can be recycled and reused.
The coach is just minutes away.
Tyger!
What's that, sir?
All ready in the tap room with the drinks, is all ready to go?
Yeah, all ready in the tap room, sir.
Clean tankards,
Clean
coffees,
clean
ready.
tankers.
5 minutes now.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm feeling a bit stressed now.
Come on, girls, let's chat about work. Come on, Anne, more effort.
Let's speed it up, though, gentlemen.
Please make me and my husband proud.
I mean, make you rich. Not proud, rich.
At the stations, coach coming, no messing about. Good luck, everyone.
The heavens open whilst we're under the most pressure.
Half an hour turn round.
Get you a drink
Half
this
an
evening,
hour.
sir.
Keep him still at the front, please, Colin.
What would you like to drink, sir?
That way to the tap room, sir.
Remember, you've got half an hour. We've got to get them untacked, tacked up, turned round, cleaned up.
Can I offer anyone a soup and a cold plate?
Soup, please.
Soup. Sir, anything to eat for you?
I'll have a bowl of soup.
OK, just a shilling, please, sir. Thank you, sir.
Lift your tail. Nice tail. Out comes the crapper. Out comes something else, I think.
Give him a shove. Give him a shove like that.
I'm impressed, especially with Colin. Look at the way he just shouldered both of those horses aside there. You know, that's a man who's really building his confidence around them.
Come on, Chief, come on. Is there anything else I can get you?
Well, we ordered soup.
Excuse me, the customers are complaining that they want the soup sooner.
No, they can't have it sooner.
Why not?
Because it's not the way we operate, Anne.
They paid for a tankard of soup.
It's about profit, Anne.
It's about immorality, Mrs. Betchley.
It's the way of the world. It's all the inns do the same thing.
The coach is scheduled to leave in 15 minutes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Tyger!
Yes. Feeling completely rushed off my feet. I've got so many jobs to do. I need to go and clean some sick out a carpet, go and sell as many drinks as I can, wash everything up afterwards, and basically I need to run.
Tyger, you clean the coach?
Just got to clean some sick off this floor mat, and it absolutely reeks. Yes!
Tyger!
Coming!
We need to go, we need to go. We haven't got long, you know, gentlemen. Let's start putting them back on.
OK.
We know the system, we've practiced, haven't we?
Just got to do the blinkers.
The bridles, even.
Could we have some service in here, please?
No soup. I'm going to have to get back on the coach soon.
Anne, what are you doing?
Taking soup out.
No, you're not.
Why not?
Because that's my soup that I've made, and I'm saying you're not doing it.
You're saying you're joining in the cheating?
I'm saying that I'm doing what I'm told. That's what I'm saying.
Why?
Because I'm doing what I'm told.
Yeah, but why?
Because that's
when you know it's wrong.
We did order some soup.
The soup's coming shortly, sir.
You need to speak to Anne.
This is what we do every day. This is the way we keep this in going.
You've cheated them. Supposing I go in there and tell them what's going on, what do you think will happen?
You'll be jobless.
Yes, I'll be jobless. It will be worth it.
OK, gentlemen, let's ramp it up. Let's go.
We got to put the poles on. You haven't put the front on.
Can you hold it? I'll hold it.
Straight in.
Gentlemen, are you expecting hot soup?
We are.
The plan is that you don't get your soup until the coach is about to go. Do you really want to pay money for that?
She's just gone into the room to tell all the people that they're being, conned.
Anne? Sorry, Anne, are you still in here? I just fired you and asked you to leave my property.
I'd love to leave your
Yes,
property.
you can leave my property. I just fired you, Anne.
This man has cheated you.
How can I cheat you? Are you eating?
And he tried to involve us all in the cheat.
I did ask you to leave the property, Anne, but you're obviously not doing it.
I cannot
Yeah.
wait to leave your property.
Excellent. That's lovely. OK. Sorry about that. Just sit there, so your servants will be with you.
5 minutes, please. 5 minutes.
Right, can we give them their bloody soup now?
That inn is managed by a load of cheats, by a load of crooks. Nothing on earth would make me go along with this. It's ill-gotten gains as a result of fraud.
I was quite upset that Anne did that because we're all working so hard. We need our bosses to make as much money so that we can make as much money as we can, so that we can eat. This isn't so we can go out partying later. This is so we can have dinner.
The soup is far too hot. I can't possibly drink it before my coach leaves.
Put it back in and we can resell it later on.
The coach should be about to depart.
We're late, gentlemen. We need to knock it up again.
But all 4 horses still need to be positioned and harnessed.
Let's speed it up. How you doing? What are you doing over there, Colin?
Touching this, hopefully.
Tell me what you're doing, please, so I know you're doing something. Otherwise, you might just be standing there skiving like a pot man. The ladies are finished. They're watching. That's embarrassing. We should be done by now. Gentlemen, we are set with the carriage. Open the gates.
The last mail coach ran in the 1850s, replaced by the railway.
It was hard. It was hard. I don't know what over we were, but I presume we were over.
It's been absolute madness this afternoon trying to get everything done in time.
I mean, it's been a few days and I feel like my body's just starting to shut down a bit. It's a bit like... I don't think I'm really cut out for the pace of 19th century living.
Well, another 24 hours over. A very different 24 hours, I think. Busy. Very busy. There is, of course, one member missing.
She's here.
And we have Anne.
Very reluctantly here.
Well, the coach went, didn't it?
The coach went.
5 minutes late.
I thought it could have been later, to be honest.
Yeah.
5 minutes late would have cost you your business.
Would have cost my business.
It was an enormous improvement on your previous runs.
Yeah.
You were getting closer. Zoe, shaky start, but then you got a handle on that kitchen, didn't you? And you producing very good food. Well done. Thank you.
Very good.
So, Miquita, I think you are so delightfully biddable. You have been bobbing up and down, yes, miss, no, miss.
Thank you.
Tyger, my impression of you over the last 24 hours is eager, hard-working, willing.
We gave you maybe 5, 10 jobs at once and you've done them all.
Without complaining. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And you were dreadful as a 19th century servant. But there was, however, one aspect of the 19th century life that I think you've hit nail on the head. There was such a culture of morality in this period. People did stand up. It cost them very dear. You are part of that tradition, and for that I salute you.
Oh, thank you.
We have to decide which of you will get the chance to choose your job next time round. This was not an easy decision, but in the end, we decided it would be Tyger.
Yay! That makes me really happy.
OK, now for the wages. And I'm very sorry, but I'm unable to pay you because I did actually sack you.
Absolutely.
So it's 2 for you, 2 for you, 2 for you, 2 for you.
Thank you, sir.
And an extra bonus of 3 for you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. And I got a tip.
Sadly, of course, the inn is going out of business because you lost the contract. So I think you're going to have to find another job.
I generally feel like I've been run over. I am so grateful that I was born in 1996 and not 1826.
I've been really, really happy here. I'm sorry to leave that job behind, actually.
I'll argue when I think what is being said is wrong. Yeah, I mean, I spent 23 years of my life making a living out of arguing.
How are you all?
Knackered.
When I said that you were going to face demanding customers, relentless timetable, horses, horses and more horses, you all kind of went, yeah. How does it feel now?
I arrived not liking horses, and I leave not liking horses.
You have managed to survive the coaching inn. You need to brush past me in the 21st century, and I will see you again in the past. Very best of luck.
Thank you.
Next time on 24 Hours in the Past.
I need pots on this board.
The time travellers experience the factories of the Industrial Revolution.
No, you're being so fast again. Oh, holy hell.
I just feel really like I let everyone down.
There is no wage.
He promises the money.
But it's also the workers.
You're too old.
Who are revolutionary.
Wage agreed is wage paid. Wage agreed is wage paid.
Get out of my pottery!
We only work when we get paid.